Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oh my goodness, wake the hell up, turn the volume up, because we got this week's episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kobold, joined by my guy, Maxwell Faulkner. Maxie, what's going on, man?
Woo, cold breezy. Crazy thunderstorms a little bit earlier here. Okay, we got some updates that we're gonna get hail. We're gonna get. It was raining sideways, cold breezy. It was raining sideways. It was pretty cool to see. But so if we lose power during this time, okay, we got crazy thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. tonight. So if we lose power, you'll all know, everybody.
We know why.
Because, you know why. You'll know why. But Cold Breezy, I got a story to tell us because I think it relates to our podcast. So this weekend, I took my wife to go see Cabaret. You ever heard about Cabaret, Cold Breezy?
I've heard of it, but I can't tell you anything about it.
Same thing. That was exactly what I said as well. I got the tickets for her birthday, and I said, never seen the musical, never seen the movie. I just heard about it. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like Chicago. All right. Chicago's a good. I've seen the movie. I've seen the musical. Yeah, it was pretty good. But so the opening number, pretty good. But what I didn't know coming into it, the whole premise of the story is that there's this guy from there's a guy from America, moves to Germany to write a novel. And since he has no money, he has to stay in a house, in a bedroom, a full house with a bedroom. Next door is a whorehouse. All right. Bunch of strippers. Okay. That's it. That's the premise of the show. But Cold Breezy, there's one particular song that I want to bring up. And guess what it was called?
Got to be something dirty.
Don't tell mama.
Don't
tell mama.
Really?
Don't tell mama. Yeah, they were dancing around singing about "Don't Tell Mama" because they are hookers and strippers, and they were saying, "You could tell my daddy, you could tell my boyfriend, but don't tell mama. Don't tell my mama.
You can tell my boyfriend, but don't tell mama.
Don't tell mama about that. Don't tell mama." So I thought it was perfect for us.
They allowed to say that? They allowed to say that without our permission?
Oh, you're right about that. I got to talk. Considering that musical was made in the 1960s, we'll keep it on the hush hush because they might be doing the same thing to us.
Yeah, we won't let them know that we're using it.
Right. Go Breezy. Other than that, what's going on with you, man? What's going on?
Not much over here, brother. Just speaking of weather, since you brought up weather, we had hail yesterday for maybe 2 minutes. It hailed with the sun out. The sun was shining and it hailed for about 2 minutes. Pretty crazy yesterday. But went down to the Springs last weekend, hung out with Kelly's family. And then her mom's in town for a while, so we're gonna be hanging out with them a lot.
Nice.
And Rich will be coming out here soon too. Planning on going to see the Dodgers with Rich. So
in Denver. Or right. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah.
Rockies.
Nice.
Rockies, yeah.
Very nice. That's good.
Going down to the Springs again to go camping this weekend, so looking forward to that. But other than that, looking forward to talking some sports with you right now, my guy.
Yeah, let's get into it, Cold Breezy. Everyone, thank you for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Comments are getting ridiculous right now. Cold Breezy, we have a big poll. We have paragraphs, yes. We have a poll going right now for NBA's biggest douchebag. We got over 100 votes. We're still tallying them up. We might, I guess we haven't decided yet, but maybe it's next week that we call it out. We'll let you know.
Going through the finals. Going through the finals.
All right. So up into the finals, you have time to vote. But people are getting really nasty. People are saying some nasty comments. Hey, whatever. I don't care. It's a sports talk show. We like to talk shit to each other. A little sports shit talk. No biggie. But Cold Breezy, last week we were at 1.37. 1.37. Check that bad boy out.
Can't see it.
What?
Keep moving.
Keep moving.
Nope, other way.
See it now?
Nope.
Well,
your shoulder's in the way. I think the mic's in the way. I just see subscribers. Well,
on my screen, I could see it. Geez, it says 1.52 people. 1.52.
I'm lurching. Right. That's on me.
You queef. What? The microphone was in front of your face?
My Zoom screen wasn't all the way on. I had the little cut off. I thought it was on the other side of subscribers.
Wasting time. We're wasting time.
Hopefully somebody got a laugh out of that. But definitely want to talk about next week real quick. We are doing a big episode next week. It will be the 100th episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. We are doing a top 10 all-time NBA players. Now, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a fun exercise. We got a couple people involved, but we'll give more details on that later. But that is going to be next week. Top 10 all-time NBA players. That's going to be fun.
Oh, everyone, if you have a top 10 list, might as well just toss it out now. Put it in the comments. Let's hear what you guys think are the all-time best NBA players. Come on. It's going to be a really fun show. 100 episodes, Cole Breezy, next week. What a huge accomplishment. A lot of podcasts don't make it to this. They don't do it. They just don't make it. So thank you for everyone for sticking with us. And
giving us motivation.
Thank you, Cole Breezy. Thank you for sticking with
it. Thank you, Maxie. Thank you, Maxie. Hell yeah.
We've been working hard on this, and we're gonna keep on
every
rolling.
day, 7 days a week.
Hell yeah.
But today we're gonna be talking NBA. We got to give our playoffs update. We're gonna keep that for last, and a little conference finals preview, and we're gonna be talking some MLB like we did last week, because we got some breaking news out of Major League Baseball.
Uh-oh.
The MLB opened up an investigation into allegations that former LA Angels infielder David Fletcher was gambling while with the Angels. Now, Fletcher is currently playing with the Atlanta Braves' AAA affiliate. ESPN is reporting that Fletcher placed his wagers with Matthew Boyer, the illegal bookmaker whom Ippei Mizuhara also placed his bets with, Shohei Ohtani's interpreter. Fletcher's bets are said to be on other sports, not baseball, okay? But also, according to sources, Fletcher's close friend, Colby Schultz, a former minor leaguer, also bet with Boyer and wagered on baseball, including Angels games that Fletcher played in.
Wow.
Fletcher has not responded to multiple requests for comment, but he did tell ESPN back in March that he was present at the 2021 poker game in San Diego where Mizuhara first met Boyer. Max, what's going on here with another gambling scandal?
It's such a bummer to see this, especially because, in case we don't know, David Fletcher, everybody, he's from Orange County, California. He's from or Orange, California. Pretty close. He's from Orange, California. He's a California boy. He gets drafted by the Anaheim Angels. He went to LMU, which is in Los Angeles. Like, everyone knows who he was. As soon as he got drafted, everyone was like, "Oh man, we know that guy. He's a local. Sweet, he's on the team." And dude, it's like, dude, you're a hometown favorite. And apparently, Cole Breezy, the only thing I can think of is they're just bored. They're just bored playing the game that they've been playing all their life, working hours and hours in the gym, on the field, to get to the MLB where they have an opportunity to hit a ball with a stick for millions of dollars.
Right.
I don't know how you get bored of it, Cole Breezy. We'll never know. We never got to this opportunity. It's a small amount of players, obviously, that do these kind of stupid things.
So far.
So far. Yeah. The majority of players and coaches, we can say, genuinely just care about the game of baseball, and that's all they focus on. But it is such a bummer to see when players actually do this. What else you got, Cole Breezy? Come on.
Let's remember, this is illegal gambling. This isn't going to FanDuel. This isn't going to DraftKings, Bovada, whatever. This is an illegal bookmaker, Matthew Boyer, the same guy Ippei Mizuhara used. Seems like they all knew each other. Seems like they all knew each other when Shohei was with the Angels. They're saying that Fletcher didn't bet on baseball, but the fact that his close friend bet on Angels games in which Fletcher played in, that's a huge red flag. That's a huge red flag. That could be Fletcher saying, "Hey, put this down. Put this one down today." I don't know. More stuff's going to come out about it. He's not making any comments. Fletcher hasn't said anything. That's also a red flag. I think they all knew each other. They're all gambling, and it's not going to be the last time we talk about gambling in sports.
Definitely not, Cobra. It's a big topic. This is a big topic. I remember some analysts were talking about that. This whole Shohei Altani is Mizuhara, right? Ipe Mizuhara. That situation. It's going to be talked about for months, and it's still going. It's still going, but now with a different player. Oh
Yeah.
man, it's a shame, Cobra. It's a shame.
Moving along here, we got to do our first player highlight of the season in our Yahoo head-to-head categories league. The number one player in our league this morning was Philadelphia Phillies starting pitcher Ranger Suarez. He's 28 years old from Venezuela. This is his 7th season, all with the Phillies. Only his third season as a full-time starter. Okay, he was really mixed in with as a reliever. He started a few games, but a lot of relief appearances. This season, he has a shutout. Okay, now I thought, okay, he's got a shutout, so that's why he's number one. Shutouts in our league carry a big weight, Max. There's only 5 this season, 5 shutouts this season. He has one of them. But then you get to looking at the stats, you dig deep a little bit. He's pitched 66 innings. That leads baseball. He has 68 strikeouts. That is 7th. He has 9 wins. That leads baseball.
I believe it's 9 wins in a row.
In a row.
In a
9
row.
in a row.
Woo.
That leads baseball. He has a 1.36 ERA. That is 2nd in baseball with a 0.79 whip. That is 2nd in baseball. Max, what do you think about Ranger Suarez this season thus far?
Nasty, man. Nasty pitcher, dude. This guy has got some crazy good stuff. I've been eyeing this guy for years. Okay, we play fantasy baseball, everybody. He was on my team for a little bit, and then now I don't have him. So that sucks. So that sucks. All right.
What happened? What happened? I got here that you dropped him on April 4th. He was picked up 2 days later, 9 straight wins.
Yep.
What happened, Max? Why'd you let him go?
I literally had to get detailed on this. I looked at previous seasons, and I'm like, okay, he got injured one season. He was completely done.
Yeah.
The previous season before that, he was hurt. Came back, actually did a decent season to end, but still you're not jumping out of your seat about it. And I'm like, okay, he's 28 years old. He's still definitely got some spunk in him. He definitely can probably jump back into it. But at the time, he was only 30% owned by everyone in fantasy baseball. And then I went and picked up a couple big time players like Ronel Blanco, who threw a no-hitter. And I was like, okay. At the time, he was number 2. He was the number 2 pitcher. Right now, he's number 11, I believe, and that's because he got suspended, whatever. And then I also picked up, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, from the Kansas City Royals, Garcia, Mikel, I think I'm saying it right, Mikel Garcia, hell of a player. We'll talk about him in a second, 22 years old. But damn it, it definitely. I'm trying right now because my cousin has him. I'm trying right now to get him back.
Oh, you gotta pay for him now. You had him.
I will.
You gotta pay for him.
He's worth it now.
He's now 94% owned in Yahoo fantasy leagues.
Yep.
And yeah, Max, last year, 125 innings, 4 wins, over a 4 ERA. Not that impressive last year. So definitely having a career season, Ranger Suarez. I'd like to see it. The Phillies, we're going to be doing a Scuba Steve team deep dive on them soon because the Phillies are rolling.
Looking like one of the best teams in baseball. Well, they are one of the best teams in baseball. Looking like the best team in baseball. Zach, my cousin, if you're listening to this, dude, just text me back. Let's talk. Let's talk about this.
Answer the text.
Didn't even answer me. Still hasn't. Just decline it. You don't want it? Decline it. Let's talk. Jeez Louise. Some of these guys and just like, oh, I don't have time, man. I don't have time. What do you mean you don't have time? Just text yes or no. Damn it.
This is Paul Goldqueef we're talking about.
Yeah, Paul Goldqueef, and he's acting like a real queef. I'll tell you right now.
Currently, moves made. He's only has 4 moves made on the season. That's by far the lowest. So he's sleeping.
That was also because I told him, hey, your pitching sucks. Pick up some pitchers. And sure enough, he picked up Ranger Suarez. So I helped him. I'm the one that did it. Yeah. I did it.
You deserve a kickback on that one. Speaking of the Scuba Steve team deep dive, for this week, we're going to do the Kansas City Royals, Max. They are 31-19 with a plus 67 run differential.
Oh,
that plus 67 is 2nd in the AL and 4th in all of baseball. Pretty good. They're sitting 1.5 games back of Cleveland for the AL Central
Mhm.
lead, and they're 4th in the American League as a whole, 2 games back of the Yankees. Okay, they're right there.
Wow.
Let's look at their bats first here, Maxie. They are top 10 in 9 of the 12 categories that we look at. They are top 10 in batting average, slugging percentage, OPS, runs scored, hits, ribbies, total bases, strikeouts, and stolen bases. Top 10 in 9 out of 12, Max. They have 4 players ranked in our Yahoo, 4 batters ranked in our Yahoo categories league in the top 200. We got shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. He is the 7th ranked player. We got your guy at catcher, Salvador Perez.
Salvi, best catcher. Well, he might be very well the best hitting catcher in the game. Right now, he's looking like it. I'll tell you right now.
We could talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
He's ranked 24th. And then somebody that you just mentioned, third baseman, Maikel Garcia.
Let me verify. Yeah, Maikel Garcia. But yeah.
He's ranked 39th right now. That was a great pickup. And then first baseman Vinny Pasquantino rounds it out at 177th. You got 4 guys there, 3 of them in the top 40. Max, what do you think about the Royals bats and the fact that they're top 10 in 9 out of 12 categories?
Dude, I love the Royals. I love this. I would love to see them win this division. Cleveland's looking good, by the way. I said this last year too, and they ended up losing the division to the what did the Twins win last year? I think it was the Twins. I think it was the Twins. I always say that Cleveland, ever since their coach, damn it, well, he's not the coach anymore.
For who? What team?
Cleveland. He was the coach last year.
Francona?
Yes, thank you. Terry Francona. Ever since he took over the team, went to the World Series against the Chicago Cubs. My Cubs beat him. He's transformed he just transformed that whole organization, and they're rolling right now as well. But the Royals, baby, they're always on the bottom of the division. They're always there with the Tigers. Okay? But now look at the youth that they have now. Okay, they got Bobby Witt, I don't know how to say his last name. Pasquantino, Maikel Garcia. All right, and then you have the senior leadership of Salvador Perez, right, who's been an all-star for years and years. This is a guy that's going to hit 25 homers. Hopefully, gets to 100 RBIs this year. There was a season where Salvador Perez had 48 homers and 120 RBIs. This guy could be an MVP candidate. Okay, look out. Royals, dude, they're a young team that is fighting for the playoffs. They always are on the bottom of the division. They want to prove everyone wrong. I love it. Come on, let's go. Let's go Royals.
Let's go Royals. Just to confirm, yes, the Twins did win the division last year by 9 games over the Tigers. The Tigers were actually
they slipped in there. How about that?
I didn't know that. But 1.5 games back at the Guardians right now. Those are their bats. Pretty solid numbers there. Let's look at their pitchers. See if the guys on the mound can hold it up. We look at 10 categories here for the pitching stats. They are top 8 in 5 of them. Top 8 in ERA, saves, quality starts, earned runs, and homers allowed. That's pretty solid. We got 5 pitchers here to talk about in the top 200 in our Yahoo League. Seth Lugo is actually ranked 17th. Okay.
What?
Seth Lugo, go look at some numbers. He is a top 20 player right now.
Wow.
Brady Singer comes in at 64th. A guy I picked up, and I'm holding on to here, Alec Marsh, ranked 112th. Alec Marsh is looking nice.
Kidding me?
We got a reliever in John Schreiber at 114th, and Cole Reagans rounds us out at 141st. So you got 4 starters there with a reliever. Top 8 and 5 out of 10 pitching categories, Max. The Royals, what do you think about these guys on the mound?
I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked about that. Singer, he was definitely, to me, their best option coming into the season. But are you kidding me with Lugo? Wasn't he kept? Didn't Triple kept?
I believe Triple kept Lugo. Yeah, good. Hey,
nice
shout out
keep.
Triple.
Nice
Shout out
keep, Triple. Really good. But damn, these guys are rolling. I would love to see them go all the way into the playoffs. They have to get the bats to do it. They have apparently the pitching to do it. Come on, let's see.
So Seth Lugo, yep, he's with old Triple there, 20th round keeper. Nice. And, Max, speaking of playoffs, we always end these Scuba Steve team deep dives with a little prediction. Are they going to make the playoffs? The Royals haven't been there since 2015. They went back-to-back World Series, if I'm not mistaken, 2014, 2015. Hadn't been to playoffs before that since 1985. So really only 2 appearances in almost the last 40 years. Are the Royals going to be in the playoffs in the 2024 MLB season, Max?
Oh my goodness, Colby's what? We're 50 games in. We still got 112 games to go. I mean, in that division, right now it looks like it's Cleveland and the Royals. Okay, it looks like it's those two guys.
Yeah.
I think that they could be at least the top two. The question is, can they squeeze in a wild card? I think that's what it could be. Man, I want to say yes. I want to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Okay,
You're going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes. The way that they're playing right now, come on, let's see them keep rolling all the way up until October.
I think the AL Central is a 1-team division. I think it's a 1-team playoff division. And I think Cleveland's winning the division. Royals barely miss out on that last wild card. Royals barely miss out. Okay, I got them missing. Last week we both took the Mariners to get in. Okay, spots are filling up quick. Okay, I'm not going to give one of the Royals. Sorry, Kansas City. Hell of a start though. Hell of a start.
Yeah.
Moving into the last baseball topic of the day. Some people's favorite topic of the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast. It is Showtime with Shohei. Okay, we got to give an update on our guy. Okay, he's our favorite player. Right now, he leads baseball with a 356 batting average. He is third in baseball with a 425 on-base percentage. He leads baseball with a 655 slugging percentage. He leads baseball with a 1.08 OPS. He leads baseball with 69 hits. He is second in baseball with 17 doubles. He is tied for fourth in baseball with 13 homers. Tied for 11th in baseball with 34 ribbies. He leads baseball by 14 total bases. He has 127 total bases, leads baseball by 14 there. He is fourth in runs scored with 39, and he is tied for seventh with 13 stolen bases. His career high for stolen bases in a season is 26. Okay. He's already halfway there, Max.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani leads baseball in multiple categories. He's top 3 in baseball and even more. What do you got for me on Shohei Ohtani this week, Max?
Man, I love this weekly update that we have with Shohei Ohtani because every single week we just talk about how stats are growing. Like we just don't. I don't know if we're ever going to talk about a week. He's slumping a little bit. He's slumping. I just don't see it happening because he didn't do it last year and he's not going to do it this year. This is one of the biggest. He must be the happiest guy on earth, other than the Missouri situation. But
Mizuhara,
yeah, Mizuhara. Sorry, Mizuhara. But that's underneath him now, and it seems like he's focusing on baseball. And boom, he's back at it. Going to a Dodgers team that's already an all-star team, they're going to win 110, 15 games with this guy. I'm telling you that they're going to sweep that division. Heading into the playoffs, they choke a little bit. We can agree with that. The only time they won that World Series with Dave Roberts when they had the 60-game season. But now that you have Shohei Ohtani, the best player in the world, you guys can do it again. No doubt about it.
Definitely. Right now, the Dodgers, they're 33-18. They have an 8-game lead in the division. But they're 3 games behind the Phillies for that number 1 spot in the NL. So the Phillies got 3 games on them right now. So yeah, we'll be talking about the Phillies soon.
Mm-hmm.
Max, let's talk about the NBA playoffs right now. We got to give an update what's going on. Definitely the juiciest sport that we have going on in the month of May. Let's look back at these 4 conference semifinal series. Boston, we mentioned, they had a gentleman's sweep 4-1 over Cleveland. Let's just close the book on Cleveland here, Max. Donovan Mitchell has 1 year remaining on his deal before a player option. We'll see what he does with that. If he says he's not going to come back, I could see a trade there. I already said that Jared Allen is going to be in trade talks. I want to get your opinion on this. Jared Allen missed most of that series against Boston, if not all of it, with a hurt rib. Okay. Now, he was getting some backlash. I'm not sure. Teammates, front office, a combination. I'm not sure. Because he refused to get an injection. Now, a pain-relieving injection. Okay. Now, first thing I thought of was Tyrod Taylor. Okay, remember, he got a pain-relieving injection for a hurt rib, punctured his lung. Okay.
Oh, boys.
So I don't blame Jared Allen for that. Now he's going to be in trade talks. They say, what do you think about some backlash that he's getting for not getting a pain relieving injection into his fucking ribs.
Oh, it's bullshit. Okay, if he doesn't want to take it, he doesn't have to take it. All right, this is fucking America. All right, you don't have to do that shit. You don't want a needle poked in you, you don't have to take it. All right. So the fact that it sounds like they're trying to force him to do it, I mean, what the hell? Go to a different team. If that's how the organization is going to treat you, go to a different team.
Think he,
There's 31. How many
30.
teams are there? 30? Sorry, football,
Mhm.
it's 32.
Yeah.
There's 29 other teams that will take Jared
Mhm.
Allen. Tell you
Definitely.
right now.
Definitely. I'll take him for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Donovan Mitchell remains a Cavalier?
Oh, man. That's in speculation now, too, huh?
He's
Oh,
got
man.
1 year remaining on his deal before a player option. I
Wow.
could see him getting moved if he doesn't want that player option.
The way that the NBA is now, it's where players just want to go. They get tired of the city. They're like, I'm gonna go here 2 seasons. I'm gonna go there the next season. It doesn't surprise me if he leaves. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cleveland's not that great of a city. Sorry, it isn't. Maybe he wants to go to Miami. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
go somewhere
That'd be
there.
good.
Maybe he
That'd be
wants
nice.
maybe wants to go to the Lakers, play with LeBron. You
Mhm.
go to I don't know. Just saying.
Miami's a good pick. Series in the West that finished up. Dallas defeated the 1 seed OKC 4-2. Let's not forget OKC was the youngest team ever to win a playoff series when they defeated the Pelicans in the first round. And Max, this nugget continues here. They had 4 points. The OKC Thunder had 4 points this entire playoffs from a player older than 25.
Wow.
Kenrich Williams had 4 points, only player over 25 that scored for the Thunder. What do you think about OKC's future?
Oh, it's bright. It's bright, everybody. I know in Oklahoma City, you're like, you're so bummed out because they had the 1 seed, right? Oh my goodness, you kidding me? You got to be excited. This is kind of how it goes in the NBA. When it comes to the playoffs, it's really experience, right?
Mm,
Right. You see the players that have been there have done that before. They just step up and they
mm,
get ready to play and try to. All those young bloods, they bruise them up a little bit. They bruise them up. Even happened to Michael Jordan with the Boston Celtics, right?
mm-hmm.
Right. Think about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So Oklahoma City, don't freak out. You have a bright, bright future. Man, it's exciting for you guys. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. You got the big Bones Bronson, the big bone in the center that could shoot the long ball. You got to love it.
Who?
You know what? The big bone.
Oh, Chet Holmgren.
Chet.
I got lost there for a second. Big Bone. Stick Man, Big Bone. He's going to have a couple of nicknames. But yeah, I'm really excited for the Thunder's future. Definitely Coach of the Year, Mark Daigneault already. So definitely a bright future there in OKC. A lot of draft picks still to come.
Yeah.
The other series in the West, very fun here. The Minnesota Timberwolves took down the Denver Nuggets in a 7-game thriller.
Unbelievable.
Max, we came on here last week. It was 3-2 Denver. Okay, 3-2 Denver when we came on here last week. Game 6 at Minnesota last Thursday. Denver goes on the road. Minnesota fucking mollywopped them 115-70.
The hell was that?
115-70.
Why
That's
did that?
embarrassing.
What the hell is that? You obviously did not come out ready to play. That's all I got to
That's
say.
embarrassing.
Mm.
That's embarrassing.
Was Jokic thinking about his horses too much?
Might have
FaceTiming with
been.
his horses?
Might have been. But they might have been thinking, hey, we got game 7 at home. Let's go. Let's save our legs. Come on back home. But Max, they lost game 7 at home Sunday night, 98-90. But this is what really kicks me in the fucking gooch. Denver was up 15 at halftime, and they were up 20 early in the third quarter.
Wow.
Teams up 15-plus points at halftime in Game 7s in NBA playoff history were 21-0, had never lost until this one. The Nuggets scored 37 points in the second half. 37 points in the second half the Nuggets scored. Jokic finished with 34 points and 19 boards, but he was 2 of 10 from 3.
Mm.
Timberwolves game plan. Let him be out there and chuck.
Let him shoot.
2 of 10. Murray finished with 35. So Jokic 34, Murray 35. The rest of the team combined for 21 points. The rest of the team. Not Michael Porter, not Aaron Gordon. The rest of the team combined for 21 points. Minnesota came back from down 20 on the road in Game 7 against the defending champs with their best player, Anthony Edwards, shooting 6 of 24. What do you think about this performance from the Minnesota T-Wolves, and where does Denver go from here?
They earned it, man. They earned it. I love seeing a team that does not give up. They said this is our last game of the season, last quarter of the season. There's no way that we're going down without a fight. And boom, that's exactly what they showed. Yeah, dude, Minnesota's good. Come on, they got the Twin Towers down low. They got Anthony Edwards, who's going to be an MVP in the future. This is the team that might be going to the NBA Finals. Everybody, I could see it.
Yeah.
When you look at their team, you're like, I think they are better than Dallas, but we'll talk about that in a second. Great win. It's when you beat the champions, man. I think a lot of people are on your side right now.
The champions at home in game 7. My goodness. And Anthony Edwards shot 6 of 24. It's not like he had 40. This was a team effort, Max. Just to close the door on the Denver Nuggets. We were really thinking back-to-back could happen. But just looking at next year, the salary, the Nuggets could be getting pretty expensive here, Max.
Uh-oh.
Next year, Jokic, he's making $51.4 million. Jamal Murray is making $36 million. Michael Porter Jr., wait for this one, $35.9 million. Aaron Gordon's looking at $23.8 million, and KCP has a player option for $15.4 million. That there's not barely anything left to give to the bench. That's why you see a bunch of rookies and second year and third year players on Denver's bench. They're not going to be able to make any moves this offseason. What you saw here in these playoffs is what you're going to see next year, which I don't mind. That's a great starting lineup.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Nuggets next year?
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. All the names that you just named that are getting paid the way that they're getting paid, dude, like
great starting five.
Oh my God, that's a great starting five. Maybe they can draft somebody in a late first that ends up being something bigger than they were even expecting. So don't freak out, Denver. You guys are all right. You have the best player in the world.
Last conference semifinal series to talk about. My Indiana Pacers taking down the New York Knicks in a 7-game series. Oh my goodness. Had feelings of the 1990s that this one had. We came on here 2 weeks ago. It was 2-0 Knicks. I said, don't worry about it. We're coming back home. Okay. Halftime lead in both of those two games. In the first 2 games in New York, Pacers had a halftime lead in both of those. I wasn't worried. Okay. We're coming back home. Last week, we come on here on this podcast. The Knicks have a 3-2 series lead. Okay. I said, don't worry about it. We're going home game 6. Undefeated at home since March 18th, Max. That is over 2 months ago.
Wow.
Indiana Pacers have not lost a home game since March 18th. My goodness. That was Friday night. Game 7, afternoon tip-off on Sunday in New York. New York didn't have any legs. The shots were short. You got guys playing 40, 43, 45 minutes per game. Everybody's hurt. They just didn't have the legs, okay? We know the Pacers won in 7. Just to look at the injuries for the Knicks, they piled up. The minutes piled up. The injuries piled up. No Julius Randle. No Bojan Bogdanovic. Mitchell Robinson only played 1 game in the series. OG Anunoby hurt his hamstring in game 2. Missed games 3 through 6. Played 5 minutes in game 7. Rehurt the hamstring. DiVincenzo, his back was messed up. Josh Hart, abdominal injury. Icing on the cake was Jalen Brunson breaking his hand. Okay, I don't know if you
hand? I didn't
broke
see
his
that.
hand. Yep, broke his hand. Tom Thibodeau ran these guys into the fucking ground. Look at their minutes, Max. Now, broken hand, okay, but like a hamstring, that's all could be overuse. He comes back too soon.
Where's the water boy at? Where's the water boy?
He's getting water. He's getting water for the guys that are freaking playing. The injuries added up. The minutes were too much. Knicks, their last Eastern Conference Finals appearance for New York, 2000. Okay, 2000 when they also lost to the Pacers.
Wow.
Okay?
Oh.
This game 7 in New York, the Indiana Pacers shot 76% in the first half. 76% in the first half. The Pacers shot. They were up by 15. This was the highest shooting percentage by any team in any half in the last 25 postseasons. The Pacers had 101 points after 3 quarters. That is most in a game 7 since 1967. And Max, the Pacers ended up shooting an NBA postseason record 67% for the game. My God, they were shooting into an ocean. Won the game 130 to 109. Put up a $130 in New York in Game 7. Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, they became the first duo in conference semifinals history to each average 20+ points on over 50% shooting from the floor and 40% from deep. First duo to ever do that. 50% from the floor, 40% from deep on over 20 points per game.
Nice.
Pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Last one here. Entering this postseason, only 7% of teams in NBA history had come back from an 0-2 deficit in a series. Only 7% of teams had come back from 0-2. You got to win 4 out of 5. That's what the Pacers did. Damn it, I couldn't be more happier. What do you think about the Pacers taking down the New York Knicks? Everybody was on the Knicks in that series, Max.
Well, we weren't, Cole Breezy.
We weren't.
We weren't. And it's not just because we're from Indiana. We look at the talent that's on the team and we're comparing. We're like, dude, Indiana's better. Like, they're just better. Yeah, they're better on paper.
Guys.
More guys. Yeah, they're deeper. Dude, Pacers, this is going to be a fun series against the Celtics coming up. But, dude, I love how you bring back the nostalgia of the New York Knicks back in the early 2000s. Reggie Miller, baby. Reggie Miller.
90s.
Freaking Spike.
Yeah.
Spike Lee.
Yeah, hell
Mike,
yeah.
it's time to find a new team. How about that? But you know, Pacers, man, they're exciting. Cobrizi, you have a bunch of shorts out there now. You're rooting for your favorite team, and we have a lot of highlights out there. Everybody, if you were looking to see some quick clips of like Tyrese Halliburton draining buzzer-beating shots. I swear this guy does it every single game. Somehow he has a buzzer-beating shot to end a quarter. It's ridiculous. I can't wait to discuss what's coming up next against the Boston Celtics.
Definitely, Pacers and Knicks it's a rivalry. Met 6 times within an 8-year span in the postseason in the 90s. I mean, that's crazy. Definitely won a couple $100 on the Pacers in this series because the odds were so in the Pacers' favor. The odds were so in the Pacers' favor. Won a couple $100. Really happy about the Pacers. That leads us in to our Eastern Conference Finals preview, Max, where the Pacers are going to be taking on the Boston Celtics.
Ooh.
The Celtics, this is their 3rd straight Eastern Conference Finals appearance, and they've made it 6 of the last 8 years, okay? So they've been there 5 times previously. They're 1-4 in those 5 trips. Only won 1, okay? That's come on. You need a couple more than that. For the Pacers, this is their 9th Eastern Conference Finals in franchise history.
Okay.
Reggie Miller took them to 6. Paul George and Big Roy Hibbert took them back-to-back. Okay, 13-14. And now we got this one. Don't forget Big Roy, baby.
The double nickel, baby. The double nickel.
Big double nickel, 2-time All-Star. Come on now.
We had a friend in college, everybody. We'll just say his last name was Crotch, all right? And every single day, probably maybe most days of the week, 4 out of 7, at least 4 out of 7, he would wear a Big Roy double nickel jersey. This guy had to be 6'8", maybe like 280 pounds that we do this guy. Probably the same weight as Roy Hibbert.
Not a beef.
He wore that jersey every day. It was his favorite. I wouldn't be surprised if he got it signed. He might have got it signed by Big Roy. Yeah, probably.
Stinky jersey.
Stinky
jersey. But this is the Boston and the Pacers. This is 2 top offenses in the league. And according to the low post, the 2 most efficient offenses in NBA history. The 2 most efficient offenses in NBA history right here. Game 1 was last night, Max. It was a good one. But damn it, I was nervous at start. Boston jumped out to a 12-0 lead. 12-0 to start. Pacers looked rattled. But damn it, we battled back. Shot 54% for the game, the Pacers did.
Nice.
We won the rebounding battle. We were +8 assists. But here's what it was, Max. We committed 22 turnovers. Tied for 2nd most in a game this entire season.
Nervous.
Terrible turnovers late where we really showed our age. Max, we had a 3-point lead with 10 seconds remaining, and we had the ball. 3-point lead, 10 seconds to go. We have the ball. ESPN, their win probability, I don't really look at that, but 97.3% chance to win at that, according to ESPN, the win probability. Up 3, 10 seconds to go with the ball. What do? Nembhard takes it out. Fucking turnover to Siakam. We have a timeout. And we don't use it. Damn it, Rick Carlisle. He took the blame for it. He took the blame for it in post game. He said, "That's on me." Had a timeout. You got to use it there. Okay, we turn the ball over. Boston gets it, takes it out under their own basket, throws in the corner. Jaylen Brown makes just a ridiculous fucking three to tie the game over Siakam, falling down, wild three. I said that was it. Can't go to overtime in Boston with Boston. And damn it, they got us by 5. It was a great game. This was the highest scoring conference finals game since 1987. Okay, what was it? 133 to 128.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness Christ.
Yeah.
Let me just confirm that 133 to 128.
I think the only hand that was put up on defense was Pascal Siakam on that last play in regulation.
He had his hands behind his back. He had his hands behind his fucking back, trying not to foul.
Funny.
Halliburton finished with 25 points and 10 assists, and like you said, a buzzer beater in the second quarter, a buzzer beater in the third quarter, banked off the backboard twice.
That was awesome.
Siakam, he was cooking, 24 points, 12 boards, 7 assists. Miles Turner is having a career playoffs. Miles Turner is playing the best basketball of his career. He had 23 points and 10 boards.
Nice.
Really led us in the first half there. But Tatum, he was too much, hit a big 3 late in overtime, had and 1 late in overtime. He had 36 points, 12 boards. Drew Holiday's a guy some people are sleeping on, a world champion. Holiday, big game, 28.7 boards, 8 assists. And then you can't forget about Jaylen Brown, 26.7 boards, 5 assists. That's a great big 3 right there.
It is.
Max, what do you have for me on this game 1? Who do you think's going to win this series? And does Boston need Porzingis to come back in here?
I think you need Porzingis for some scoring and obviously some more rebounds because the rebounding battle, I can't believe the Pacers won that. I'm actually very shocked on that. You know, I thought you guys had it. Okay, I saw that you were up by 5 with under a minute after, dude, Halliburton made this miraculous play where I think it was Derek White was about to do a pull-up 3. Tyrese Halliburton comes from behind, smacks it, just blocks it, gets the ball back. It's under a minute. You guys are up, I believe it was up 5. And then you guys blew the lead. I couldn't believe that. Could not believe that.
Turnovers, back-to-back possessions.
Man. So hopefully you guys got the nerves out of you. The fact that you guys were that shaky, you had those nerves. And
12-0 to start.
It still went to overtime against the best team in the NBA right now. It is the Boston Celtics. You know, I think it's going to be a great series, but sorry, Cobrizi, I am still going the Boston Celtics. I think they have the experience. We were just talking about it, how a lot of these young bucks that are in the league, they're getting bruised. Okay, they're getting pushed around by the guys that have been there, that have done that. Jason Tatum's been there. He's been in the NBA Finals. He lost, but he's been there. Okay, yeah. Jaylen Brown, same thing. You know, so Al Horford. You know, these are all veterans. Okay, so you're going to need a little something extra, get a little more juice to try to get past these Boston Celtics. Go Breezy.
So you got Boston. How many games are you gonna give the Pacers? How many games Pacers gonna win in this one?
I'm calling it in 6. I think the Pacers can get 2, go home, win a couple.
Yeah.
I think that can happen. Yeah.
I think I'm right there with you, Max. I think we're gonna be looking back after the series and say, damn it, we needed that one. We needed game 1 right there. That one slipped through our fingers. Obviously, we're gonna need it. Like I said, Pacers are undefeated at home since March 18th. That's a stat I haven't heard ever. 2 months without a freaking home loss. I know we're in the playoffs. We're not playing that much at home, but that's amazing to me. Hell of an atmosphere there.
Yeah.
Definitely a couple wins. Have to be more aggressive, okay? Celtics, 30 free throw attempts. Pacers, 10 free throw attempts. I'm not going to sit here and say, home whistle, home cooking, what the fuck, refs. No, I'm not going to say that. Boston was more aggressive. They're stronger in the paint. Pacers need to stop going off 1 foot, go off 2 feet, get the call, get to the line more, and just, calm down in those late possessions. Halliburton, really uncharacteristic turnovers. And Pacers, I'm really proud of them. Really, really proved a lot to me. The future is bright for the Pacers. We're freaking young, Max.
Go Breezy. The last thing I want to say about the Pacers, it's about Tyrese Halliburton. Dude, I'm telling you right now, this guy might very well be, could potentially be a legend in Indiana. All right. This could be a Pacer legend. All right. Yeah. You think about Reggie Miller. I mean, who other than Reggie Miller since till now have we been like,
Paul George.
Paul George, but he left. Maybe they're like, hey, we're not going to let go of Tyrese. We're not going to let him go. We want him forever. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that you guys have an opportunity here to keep a I don't know, maybe a top 15 player right now.
Mhm.
You know, we could do a ranking some other time, but
Current players, yeah.
he's up there.
20,
He's up there.
24 years old, gonna get a max contract, he already got the max contract, but a bonus for the All NBA. He should be making third team today. I think they're releasing that, but I'm excited for this Pacers Celtics series, Max.
Yeah.
Finishes up here. We got to look at the Western Conference Finals. Get a little preview here, Max. The Minnesota Timberwolves are going to be taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Minnesota has the #1 defense in the NBA. Dallas has the #7 offense in the NBA this season. Dallas, this is their 6th Western Conference appearance in franchise history and 2nd in the last 3 years. They lost to the Warriors in the 2022 Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
So second in the last 3 years. So solid.
Pretty good.
Solid. J Kidd coaching. Luka and Kyrie during the regular season this year, they averaged 59.5 points per game, but during the playoffs, they're averaging 48.4, over 10 points less, over 11 points less per game in the playoffs. Minnesota, the T-Wolves, this is their 2nd Western Conference Finals appearance in franchise history. Their other one being in 2004 with Kevin Garnett. And this is their series win over the Denver Nuggets was only their 4th playoff series win in franchise history. They won those 2 in 2004, now these 2 in 2024. Only 4 series wins in franchise history for Minnesota. Max, Dallas, T-Wolves, where you going in this series?
Oh my goodness. Good matchup. Fun matchup. I would say who has the more experience because Anthony Edwards is young, but Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, they've been in the league quite a bit now. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever been to conference finals.
That's no. Wait,
Like
Utah? No.
no.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Luka's been to one. Kyrie's a champion.
Chatter's a champion. You got to look at this experience. Luka's got a big body. He can push people around, man.
Big body don't tell nobody.
And he's one of the most elite scorers in the game. Let's not forget about that too. Oof, man, this is a coin flip. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think it's gonna be a tough one. This could be going game 7.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm leaning Luka and Kyrie.
Okay.
I think I'm leaning Luka and Kyrie. I like the youth from the Timberwolves better though, because the surrounding cast of Dallas, believe it or not, is actually doing better than we thought. They're actually doing pretty good, but they're not big time names. I mean, PJ Washington, he's good. He's playing really well.
He's having some good games, yeah.
You know, but he's not a huge name like Karl Anthony Towns or Rudy Gobert.
No.
You know? So, man, it's a coin flip. I'm going with the experience with Kyrie, champion, Luka. He's older, bigger, elite scorer.
He's big.
I'm gonna go the Mavs. Cole Breezy, come on, what do you got?
This is a sexy series, one that probably nobody really saw coming. You know, everybody was assuming Denver would be there for sure. You know, two of the top 5 future faces of this league, and Anthony Edwards and Luka Doncic, 22 and 24 years old. This is gonna be great. I hope they can guard each other a little bit. I see Anthony Edwards guarding Kyrie, but McDaniels on Luka. But definitely a fun series. You mentioned the guys around Luka and Kyrie. You know, you said PJ Washington. You got Derek Jones Jr. at the 3, Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford at the 5, Tim Hardaway Jr. It's not really doing a lot for me. When I say, you know, the guys around Big Cat and Ant-Man, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Jaden McDaniels has had a couple 20-point games in these playoffs.
Okay, that's big.
6-man Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Those guys, plus home court advantage, I'm leaning Minnesota. I'm leaning Minnesota in 7 games. The only thing for me, I just hope they didn't blow their whole load in beating the Nuggets. I hope they still have something left. Which I'm sure they will. I just hope they didn't spend it all against Denver.
Definitely. They both have some fire to them. Minnesota just beat the champions. Hey, the Mavs just beat the #1 team in the West. So they both have some fire going into this series. It's going to be exciting, Cobras. I'm thinking 7 games.
Yeah, I'm with you. But I'm on Minnesota. You're on Dallas for that one. So I'm game 1 starting any minute right now. Game 1.
Oh, good. We're going to make the tip-off, Cole Breezy. We should be able to make the tip-off.
There we go, baby. That's going to do us this week for the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, Max. Like I mentioned in the intro, next week is our 100th episode. Please come out and listen. We're doing a top 10 all-time NBA players countdown. My goodness, it's going to be fun to do. It's going to be some debate. It's going to be tough, but I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be next week, Max.
It's going to be such a fun breakdown, Cole Breezy. There's so many great players. I already took a look today. I literally took a look today. I'm like, oh my goodness, this list just goes on and on. It's just so hard. It's going to be really hard. But thank you, everybody, for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast.
Thank you.
50 plus subscribers since last week. Thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate you. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Not only can you find us here on YouTube, but you can find us on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, X, and I think that's it. All right, but go Breezy, man. I know that you're sweating to get to this game with Dallas versus the Timberwolves, but maybe you got to change that shirt because it looks a little sweaty from here.
No, come on now. This is the Indiana Pacers shirt. This baby staying on tonight.
You wear that last night? You wore that last night during the game?
Nope.
It looks sweaty.
I actually haven't worn this boy in months. I busted it out of the closet today. Go Pacers. I'm really excited. Real quick, Max, mention that NBA douchebag poll, where they can find that at.
Yes, everybody, it's heating up. Okay, NBA's biggest douchebag. I won't say who's in the lead right now, but I'll tell you right now, we have 3 definitely that are pushing for that final who's NBA's biggest douchebag. You can vote on YouTube. We have a great poll that's going out right now. That's where the most votes I'm seeing is coming in. It's also on Instagram, but we're seeing more votes here on YouTube. You can also just leave it in the comments. We saw someone today say, I vote for three douchebags. I'm like, well, you got to vote for one, but okay. Yeah, I understand. They're all douchebags. So just vote for one. Leave it in the comments or put it on the poll. Okay, we have over 100 votes already. We appreciate it. Hey, come on. We got 1.52 thousand subscribers. If we can get 1.52 thousand votes, that'd be amazing. Come on, please. Just click. Just give us a click. What do you guys think? Come on.
Thank you.
Yeah.